This is your humble servant, the blind oracle of Cosmic Christ Fellowship. Today, I want to have a very interesting conversation with you. And it's about life. What is life? Have you ever sat down and analyzed what life is? Beyond all that you've been told, beyond all that you've read, beyond all that you've heard people talk about life, you yourself, what have you realized? What have you sat down and analyzed about life? Because they give birth to somebody, the person grows, enjoy life, some wouldn't even grow, some wouldn't even get to where they want to get to, but all of a sudden, they will just pass on. And you have come to meet a whole lot of people in your family, in your workplace, in your community, in your life generally, whom today, when you cast your eyes around, they are nowhere to be found. And there will come a point where you and I, others will cast their eyes, and they will be, and you and I will be nowhere to found. So what is life? Beyond all that you've been reading, beyond all that you've been taught, beyond all the religious doctrines, dogma, philosophy, ideologies, you yourself, what have you come to realize about life? What have you come to understand life to be? Beloved brothers and sisters, this is a conversation I want you and I to have today. When we talk of life, life is not what your mind tells you. Life is not what your eye sees. Life is not what your ear hears. Life is not what your mouth tastes. Life is not what your nose smells. Life is not what your hand touches. These are all material illusions, attachment, entanglement, fuel with the programming, orientation, and none of this constitutes life. Brothers, sisters, what your life is beyond all that you can see. It's beyond all that you can hear. It's beyond all that you can feel. It's beyond all that you can experience. It's beyond all that you can smell, taste, and touch. Just as some people you knew are nowhere to be found, and yet they are very much alive, and yet they are very much with us, but not the way you know them. Not the way we know them. But they are very much with us. But yet, we cannot experience, we cannot interact, we cannot deal with them the way we used to when they are in their physical nature. So who you are spirit. You are a being inhabiting this material body for a purpose, for a time being. So, when you take temporary things for permanent, there is a problem. And when you take permanent things for temporary, there is a problem. So up until you know who you are as a spirit being, your true essence as a soul, then you have no idea of what life really is. Because life is not the food you eat. Life is not the clothes you wear. Life is not all the material things you are so obsessed and fixated about. Forget all the religious doctrines. Forget all the religious indoctrinations. Forget all the religious programming. Forget all the religious dogmatism. You yourself, in your experience, what is life to you? What have you come to realize about life? Because there will come a point where you become a bubble of air. There will come to a point where you become a tin of air. There will come to a point where you become a top of soil. There will come a point in time when you become a soil where people will be walking on, people will be building on, people will be driving on, and people will be cultivating on. So, sister, brother, do you know who you are? This material nature you are so obsessed and fixated about is a heap of sand. It's an accumulation of food. The content of your mind, which you are so proud, simply because you read some few books, simply because you read some religious book. It's an accumulation of impressions, gathered through the five senses. So when your birthday comes, and in actual fact, which is a reduction of your age, and you are so much obsessed and fixated and carried away by the material illusion and enhancing your material essence, your social essence, instead of enhancing your spiritual essence, you are abusing the very gifts of life, the very essence of you, in the pursuit of the material illusions, in the pursuit of the material futility. Because this physical body is gathered over a period of time, and the contents of your brain, the contents of your mind, the data you've gathered in your mind are also accumulation of impressions gathered through the five senses. What to see, what to hear, what to smell, what to taste, what to touch, constitute the content of your mind. And the physical body is an accumulation of food. And this is why you are so fixated. This is why you are so obsessed, and yet you have no idea of your true essence. One day, you go back to your original nature. One day, you turn into your spiritual essence. As Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 7 says, and that shall return to dust, and the spirit shall return to the Father that giveth. One day, all this that you've gathered, all this that you've accumulated, will return to their original source. This physical body you are so much obsessed and fixated about, it's alone Mother Earth has given you and I for a purpose. Serving as an accommodation, serving as a shelter, serving as equipment, serving as a vehicle for the soul. So you have no idea of who you are as a soul, as a spirit being. And you are only fixated based on the few books you read, based on the religious book you read, based on what you are told, based on your programming, based on your orientation. And the time comes for the soul to exit the material plane, because every soul has a time frame. This is what makes death so crucial, so significant. And when the time comes, then we mourn, then we grieve unnecessarily, forgetting that life is only unfolding, nature is only unfolding, reality is only unfolding. In Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 1, the Bible said, the day of death is better than the day of birth. So when people die, instead of us jubilating, we cry, we mourn, because we have no idea of the role death plays in the evolution of soul. Somebody has given you an assignment, and you have called you for accountability. Why mourn? Why cry? If you know that you'll be called for an accountability one day, You live in awareness.